Okay, everybody, this is Brandon from Galaxy Doc Market. Today is Monday, Memorial Day, May 25th, 2026. It's about 8:30 a.m. as I make this video. Hope everybody's enjoying the Memorial Day holiday, and let's not forget, and let's remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. This is what this day's all about. Guys, freedom ain't free, folks. Okay, we have to fight for it or we lose it. Okay. And so today's topic, and I'm going to be talking about going forward for this week, which is a holiday shortened week. It is to don't fight the bull market. You'll get the horns. Okay, so let's move forward. All right, so here's the disclaimer. Please read it, pause it, and if you're not part of my community, make sure you agree to this before you move forward. And this is for educational purposes, not financial advice. All right, so I just want to make sure that I thank you all for following us on x.com/GalaxyDocMarket. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing on YouTube. All right, so a lot of people are, a lot of noise right now about whether the Iranian deal is going to be done or it's not going to be done. And that's really immaterial. And I said, and I maintain that the Iranian situation is just a distraction as the new monetary system is being implemented away from the fractional reserve banking system, which is largely failing due to its excessive money printing. And that is very, very clear. What is clear also, for those of you who are ultra bearish, is to not fight the bull market. And, there's a lot of things coming out. Oh, it's going to be a massive green candle on Tuesday when the market opens here in the United States. Or it's going to be bright red and everyone's going to get roasted. I will just tell you that it has nothing to do really with Iran. I think it's just headline noise. But you have to look at what they're doing, not what they're telling you. And as we talk about right here, Nikkei is breaking out right now, right? Last night, Japan stock market extends gains to 3.5%. And Japan is kind of the barometer for the world. And this is something to look forward to as we await market open tomorrow. Enjoy your barbecues because this is what's in store, is that we are going to be having a massive rally that's happening right now. And on the limited futures market, and this is, of course, not indicative of the entire market, but the futures markets are up, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But the Nikkei breaking out is a sign. These people know ahead of time, since the U.S. market is closed, all the money is going into Nikkei market, and this is foreshadowing what to come in the coming week. All right. And of course, I want you to pay attention to Deutsche Bank. And, this is where Deutsche Bank kind of closed. And I've been very, very bearish about Deutsche Bank. I don't know what's going on with my thing here, but it's basically been coming down at this point. Okay. Okay. So we need to understand that the Deutsche Bank is a kind of the canary in the coal mine for the banks, and I maintain that all banks are insolvent. And as the new monetary system comes in, it is to not only fix what is wrong with the banking system, but get away from the fractional reserve banking system and the central banking system. And I think that's what's actually going to be happening. Okay, so we know that the monetary system change is underway. So let's look at the next one. Is that if you look at overall around the world, everybody's super bullish right now. There's 25, 35 buys and 0 sells, and they're just buying everything in sight. Okay, this is not a situation where market is going to close or blow up because there's no deal in Iran. For all intents and purposes, really, again, Iran is a distraction, folks. All right, and this is what I want to drive home. Again, new monetary system is coming. Iran is a distraction, and that's it. That's where you need to maintain. And obviously, you do not want to fight a raging bull market, which we are. And this is one of the most hated bull markets. but it is climbing the wall of worry. And in my 38 years of experience at trading, this has always been the case. And those who try to fight it, well, you get the horns. Okay, so that's basically what's happening. And then, of course, lots of fear in the crypto markets. But this is the time for us to be all hunkering down and getting these cryptos, Bitcoin, XRP, Litecoin for that matter, XDC, before it becomes here, because most people are going to be doing this, and it's empty right here. Okay, monetary change is happening. You do not want to be standing in line when it's $1,000 when the big boys are buying it at $1.34, and we're very bullish on XRP. Okay, so coming in next week, message is very simple. It's simple, okay? And this video is going to be very short because it's simple this time. Don't fight the bull market. Iran deal in the making, but Iran is just a distraction. All right, so let's go over some of the technical analysis. I'm going to bring this right on over, okay? And this is what we're going to be looking at right now, okay? And so what we've got is ES on this limited open futures. We're just basically going to start, threatening to take out this 7,600. If the deal is reached, I think we're going to see 77 all the way to maybe 8,000. And I've always maintained that. And again, don't fight with the bull. You'll get the horns. Okay, so that's just the way it is. Okay. Crude oil is also a kind of the canary in the coal mine, is it not? All right. If things were going so bad, the crude oil would be above 110, and we are not. Okay. The market is forward looking. And, for that matter, market's rigged, right? I mean, it's like insider trading. Somebody always knows something. You don't think somebody knows something with this type of action and then oil coming down? You don't think somebody knows something? We used to be at 46 on the TNX, and here we are. And we're right below it. Anything above 46 is going to signal banking distress, okay? And that's the way everything works. If somebody knew something, our VIX would not be at 16.61. If an Iran deal gets done, we're going all the way down to probably like 12 to 14. Okay. And then, of course, we've got one thing I want to point out also is that we're coming into that period where wheat needs to be paid attention to. And I'm looking for a breakout into this area, moving higher. Very, very bullish on this commodity, wheat, as the globalists and the elites try to push. If the pandemic or any of the hantavirus or whatever, Ebola scare doesn't work, they're going to start affecting your food crops, and they're going to start hitting wheat, make that more expensive to affect fear into our system. And I believe that's exactly what they're doing. So we know that a great reset is coming, okay? And that's what this is all about. So let's look at some of the stocks that we are paying particular attention to, shall we? All right, we'll start with the McClellan Summation Index. We have a little bullish blip happening now, and that is a sign that the market is now beginning to, at least for the time being, move higher. And again, don't fight the bull market. Basically, we have the positive divergences on the RSI, on the McClellan Summation Index, which is one of my favorite directional indicators. And so basically we have also on the MACD, we're making higher highs, right? I mean, we're also making a higher divergence on the MACD histogram, even though we're about to cross over here. But pay attention to this. This is signaling a bullish trend change that is about to happen. Not that we haven't been bullish, but McClellan Summation Index is going to probably start, because of this rise, it's been coming down, and now it's flipping higher. I just think that there is going to be a little bit more movement higher to put in the climax top that we're all looking for. We haven't gotten that in the market yet. Let's look at SPY on the weekly. I mean, it's pretty damn bullish, right? I mean, it's so bullish I can't stand it. I mean, we're moving higher. Okay, it just going a little parabolic. RSI, we're getting into that kind of that strong volume area where everyone's going to be looking for a reversal, but it's just not yet. The timing is not yet there. And CCI, we're at extreme levels, no doubt. We're looking for a climax top, but it's just not yet. Okay, it's just going to keep climbing and confounding the bears. So do not short every single new highs. It's just not the time yet. Okay, and then of course on the SPY, my famous, monthly uptrend line, we've broken through the uptrend. The question is, are we going to continue to move higher? Are we going to start pulling back and retest these areas and then move higher? Remember, on my cycle analysis, we have a second wave of the corrective wave coming end of May to first 2 weeks of June. And so we're looking for a climax top, obviously, but we're just going to go with the flow at this point. Silver is basically moving sideways. Okay, I'm still very bullish on silver. Okay, and I believe we're going to be moving higher. Same thing with gold. Okay, if the deal in Iran gets done, gold and silver is going to skyrocket. Okay, that's exactly what's going to happen. All right, let's look at my next favorite stock is ServiceNow. I know we rejected off the 20 and pulled back a little bit, but that was upon the fears of this Iran deal not getting done, but it has really nothing to do with that. The market is going to hyperinflate ahead of a new monetary system that is coming, and ServiceNow, buy it on these pullbacks. That's what I think. Tesla, same thing. Okay, we had a somewhat of a reversal candle, and then we just reversed it right back. Tesla's going to be riding the wave of the hype of SpaceX IPO June 12th. And it's going to start moving higher. And there's ample evidence that that's exactly what's going to happen. RSI looks very positive. We had a bullish cross on the MACD. I mean, we've come off of the negative area on the CCI. And then stochastic is super bullish. And then, of course, our PPO ADX, we're making the bullish crosses, right? I mean, that is the crush, right? When we see this is bullish, folks. And that's exactly what we're looking at. All right. My favorite things to look at is Rigetti. Rigetti broke out last week, and this is one of the quantum computing, and quantum computing is going to be synonymous with the new monetary system. Pay attention to this, okay? Rigetti was at its highs around 57. I believe this next round of movement, we're going to be moving higher. So pay attention to Rigetti. Adobe obviously is a recovery play, and from its bottom, okay, we had a pretty rough day on Friday. But the fact of the matter is that this is, where you buy things for a longer term hold on Adobe. Adobe is necessary still. And I believe when the tides turn, it's going to go higher. Okay, and the next thing is Snowflake, obviously. Snowflake, beaten down, found the bottom. I think we're moving higher. We got above the 20 SMA. We just got to get over this 100. I think ultimate target is 270. Okay. And then Mongo. Why do I like this one now? Mongo is a asymmetric. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting over a cold. I've been staying up all night watching this stupid market. So it's a asymmetric linear database, completely going to be in demand for the AI, right? Usually databases stack in like a spreadsheet linear format. This is a non-linear. It's going to be perfect for AI type of database. And I think people are going to start realizing, because maybe they are already, because everything looks bullish. We got a MACD cross. Everything looks bullish on the CCI. Stochastics is moving higher. And then, of course, PPO ADX. Again, we get one of these crush indicators. Okay. What are you waiting for? All right. So that's what we have. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. Okay, so in the coming weeks, don't fight the bull market. That's all I'm saying. Great reset is coming. Markets are pricing in an Iran peace deal. It's going to happen one way or the other. Watch the banks. Deutsche Bank, it looks looking pretty weak right now. Okay, and then monetary system reset is happening. Don't fight the bull market. That's my message. Okay, same thing. Peace deal. Watch the markets pricing in a deal. Silver and gold, very bullish on that. Crypto's moving higher. Buy any pullbacks. Don't fight the bull. Looking for exhaustion gaps and climax runs before I turn bearish, but we're just going to ride this wave. Watching Tesla, Deutsche Bank, and JP Morgan Chase, two banks that I want you to watch for. In fact, I don't know if I showed it. If you're looking at Deutsche Bank, this is where Deutsche Bank is right now, right? I don't know if you need me to just... Okay. Always been bearish on both Deutsche Bank, but even more bearish on it. I think that's the next, potentially the next domino to fall, along with some other things. Rigetti, ServiceNow, IonQ, and Now. Okay, you fight the bull, you get the horns. Thank you so much for following me at Galaxy Doc Market. Follow us and like us, share us, and above all, comment and subscribe to YouTube. And then, obviously, if you want to work with me, you got to email me at coachbrandon@protonmail.com. If you want to join my group, entry-level group, $49. Essentials, you get the watch list, you get my daily market commentaries, ES levels, and of course my famous gamma exposure analysis, obviously, if you want that. And you're a self-sufficient trader and you don't need hand-holding or mentorship, then that's perfect. And we get some chart analysis and things of that nature. And then of course we have higher tier memberships available also. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Let's get some alpha. Be careful out there. Okay, don't get suckered in to being a perma bear at this point, because you'll get the horns. Bye bye.